Next part of being clear is starting from the same place. Like when you are, my first business coach, Barbara Fagan, used to talk about, give a great example around being clear and being in reality of, I want to lose weight. Well, where are you starting? Are you starting at 150 pounds? Are you starting at 300 pounds? Where are you starting? And if you don't know where you're starting, you can't articulate how much effort it'll be to get to where you want to go. So among teams, this is super important that everybody understand where we are at a moment in time. So what's the moment in time? Could be at the beginning of a quarter, could be at the end of the year, could be at the beginning of a project, could be at the beginning of a crisis, whatever it is. What's the beginning? Where are we? So that we can articulate where we are, where we want to be, and sort of an unambiguous plan that gets us from point A to point B. Now, of course, we want that straight line that goes up to the right, but this is really what happens, woo, right? But if you don't have an unambiguous plan, meaning I want to go from here to here, and here's who's doing what, you don't have a chance. You don't have a chance because everyone will be like, oh, willy-nilly going forward. And where you start is the super important part of this, right? Because it grounds you in how far you need to go, what transformation you need to have happen or not. We do spend a lot of time with starting projects or in the middle of a project where we thought, oh, I was going to be here and I'm not there. Or I wish this was true, but it's, and we spend so much time in wishing we were in a different place than we are, or wishing for a different condition than is true, or being disappointed in whatever the condition is. For someone's late giving you something, oh, God, I'm late. That means I won't get this done. And then you spend all this energy going down, circling drain down, instead of circling drain up. And circling drain up, going forward, being propelled forward, is starting with what's real. So what can you do to help people understand what's real? I like to start with, the saying that my first business coach, Barbara Fagan, used to say, which is, rocks are hard, water's wet. It is what it is. And that, for me, that really helps me focus on, okay, what is real? Rocks are hard, water's wet. Cy Wakeman, if you haven't read her book, Reality-Based Leadership, I think it's called, it's fantastic. I love her. She says, if you argue with reality, you lose. Of course, you have to all agree what the reality is. So starting with that is when people are disappointed, where people are upset, where people have to get moving. Starting all together on the same page is super, super important in the clarity part, because you can't get there without starting in the same place. So how do you help people identify where you are, or accept the reality of where they are, or face the reality of they are? So one, focusing with questions that everybody can agree on. Not how you feel, doesn't really matter, really doesn't matter. It's what do we know, right? What do we know? What are the facts? So not what are the wishes, what are the intentions, what are the disappointments, but what are the facts? Here is the fact. Often we need to also know, what are the time constraints we're under? Particularly in our PR world, we're in deadlines and time constraints all the time. What are the time constraints we're under? And therefore, with those three questions answered, what can we do? What can we do right this moment to move forward? And it's not a vote. High input, low democracy. It's not a vote, but everyone needs to understand where we all are so we can all be pulling our oars in the same direction. So that clarity around where we are, you are where you are, start where you are, really drives so much of being able to move forward together. Another way is, I like to say, clarity mitigates drama and propels forward motion. I'll just say that again. Clarity mitigates drama and propels forward motion. So ask those questions, again, what they are, They are, what do we know? What are the facts? What time constraints are we in? And what can we do right now? And that at least will ground everybody so that you're clear in the moment of where you are and what you can do to move forward. And that's my being clear advice of the day. See you soon.